So you guys want to make a comparison between a refoamed or non-refoamed, those things, the LX-5s. So I have both of them here. I actually found a decent set that actually weren't dry rotted, which is kind of rare. So let's flip this around and show you what's going on. So I've got a track plane here. I've got both of them here. This one somehow is able to find it. This is not rotted out. This is the number one thing, which is why you have to refoam these. They generally blow out. Here's the ones that I did redo. The foam itself is a lot stiffer on the ones I did, and these ones are softer. This one's dented and kind of a mess. You can see there's a gap in there. Stick my finger in, that's great. Wow, this is focusing like crap. So I've got two LX-5s here, and then the other two are in the middle. The ones are refoamed. There's the other original one. This one's much better condition. Okay, first impressions, based on the mods, and you probably saw in the previous video what I did to the refoamed ones. These ones are packed full of polyfill. I stopped up the ports here, and then I rewired them just for the hell of getting better cables in there and stuff. As far as comparison between these, now that they're running side by side, the originals have more low end. These ones have less low end, but they're more accurate. Basically, since I packed these things full of polyfill and then kind of stopped the air blowing out here, like if I crank this up here, you can actually feel like a wind blowing out of this one that's completely stock unmodified and is blowing towards me. It's kind of ridiculous. These ones don't. However, it's kind of hard to describe. Like, these ones sound slightly more boomy, and these ones are, if someone's speaking, it sounds correct, where these ones are kind of like muddy. The tweeters on all of them sound exactly the same. I never touched any of those anyway. This one is actually damaged. You can't see it, but the ribbon's actually tilted. Like, there's two spools in there, but the actual ribbon's kind of like at an angle. This one took a rough trip to get to the house. But between them, mods aside, depending on what you want to do with these, if you want more of a studio monitor, do what I did to this one, which is polyfill the hell out of this thing. Take the one piece of foamy stuff insulation, and I layered it over the ports. On the inside is just one little sheet. Look at my old video. As far as having the surround on the face versus underneath like the original ones, if you can get this under the cone, good luck. Go for it. It's up to you. But it's easier to just do it this way. The difference between these two, as far as the surrounds, is this replacement one. It's stiff, very, very stiff, and these ones are very soft, which is probably what leads to these things drying out and cracking and crapping out on you. I'm not sure why I was able to find these, but those are actually good. If I was going to do this all over again, originally I would have bought these and just left them stock, but I had no choice in this situation since everything was kind of trashed. Yeah, side by side, more bass, less bass, kind of poopy bass, and good bass. So it's up to you what you want to do with these. I still would recommend saving these if you have these floating around. It's a solid aluminum case on all of them. This, even though it's bent to hell, I can just pop this top off and bend that back, and that's no problem. The number one problem with these were the tweeters exploding, basically. But just be careful, don't overpower them. It's because the tweeters cost more than the speaker itself. So I guess that pretty much finishes up my after foam side-by-side. I can't really do an audio comparison here. I could crank them up and unplug one and the other, but I don't feel like it, so sorry.